Hello guys, I'm Ramanjanalu and welcome back to another insightful episode of the Hindu News Analysis. So today we will dive deep into the most significant headlines and stories covered by the Hindu newspaper. So from politics to economics and national to international, we have got it all covered for you. సో ఈరోజు మేము ది హిందూ న్యూస్ పేపర్ ద్వారా కవర్ చేయబడిన అత్యంత ముఖ్యమైన ముఖ్యాంశాలు మరియు కథనాలను లోతుగా పరిశీలిస్తాము. అవి రాజకీయాల నుండి అర్థశాస్త్రం వరకు ఆర్థిక శాస్త్రం వరకు మరి జాతీయం నుండి అంతర్జాతీయం వరకు మేము మీకోసం అన్నిటినీ కవర్ చేస్తాము. సో గ్రాబ్ యువర్ నోట్ ప్యాడ్స్ అండ్ గెట్ రెడీ టు స్టే ఇన్ఫార్మ్డ్ అండ్ ఎంగేజ్ విత్ ది వరల్డ్ ఈవెంట్స్. So let's get started. Begin with article number 1. Difficult to press for women's quota before Lok Sabha polls, says Supreme Court. Here are the key points from this article. The point number 1. The Supreme Court acknowledged the significance of the constitutional amendment reserving 1/3 of parliamentary seats for women as a positive step towards achieving gender equality in politics. Then point number 2. The courts, while recognizing the importance of the women's quota, expressed reservations about the intervening to enforce its implementation before the 2024 general election, stating that such action would effectively be legislating. So the cause has been scheduled for further consideration on November 22 alongside a similar petition. So then let's discuss this article's background from UPSC exam point of view. Subject GS2 Parliament and State Legislature structure, functioning, conduct of business, powers and privileges, and issues arising out of these issues. Then mainly focus on Women's Reservation Bill and its key provisions, its need and importance, and finally challenges in implementation. So coming with Women's Reservation Bill. A Women's Reservation Bill is a proposed legislation in India aimed at promoting gender equality and empowering women in the political sphere. So although it has been a subject of debate and discussions for several years, so it has yet to become law. So in this article we will explore the key provisions of the bill, its need and importance, and the challenges associated with its implementation in India. Then coming to key provisions of the Women's Reservation Bill. Point number 1. 33% reservation. The bill proposed to reserve 1/3, that is 33% of the total seats in the Lok Sabha, House of the People, and state legislative assemblies for women. Then point number 2. Reservation rotation. The reserved seats are intended to rotate in election to ensure equitable representation across constituencies. Then point number 3. Reservation for scheduled caste and tribes. Within the 33% reservation for women, a proportionate number of seats would be reserved for scheduled caste and scheduled tribes, further addressing social and gender disparities. Then point number 4. Constitutional amendment. Implementing this bill would require a constitutional amendment to Article 81 and Article 330 of the Indian Constitution, as these articles deal with the allocation of seats in the Lok Sabha and state legislative assemblies. Then coming to need and importance of the Women's Reservation Bill. First point, gender equality. The bill seeks to address the historical underrepresentation of women in Indian politics. So it is an essential step towards achieving gender equality and providing women with a stronger voice in policy making. Point number 2, empowerment. Increased representation of women in politics can lead to policies and legislation that be addressed in issues affecting women such as healthcare, education, employment, and safety. Then point number 3, inclusivity. Women's perspectives are crucial for building an inclusive and diverse political landscape that reflects the entire population needs and aspirations. Then point number 4, economics and social development. Studies have shown that countries with higher female political representation tend to perform better in areas like education, healthcare, and economic development. Then coming to the challenges in implementation. Point number 1, political resistance. The bill has faced significant opposition from various political parties, some of which argued that it would be impractical and detrimental to the interest of the male politician. Then point number 2, lack of consensus. So political consensus on the bill has been elusive, so with frequent disagreements and the delays in passing it into law. Then point number 3, reservation rotation issue. Implementing the rotation of reserve seats has raised concerns about the continuity and effectiveness of the governance. Then point number 4, local power dynamics. In some regions, entrenched power structures and patriarchal social norms may resist the entry of the women into political roles. Then point number 5, complex constitutional amendment. Amending the Indian constitution is a lengthy and complicated process, so requiring broad political support. Then point number 6, lack of awareness. In some parts of the country, there is a lack of awareness and education about the benefits of women political participation, hindering the bill's implementation. Then coming to conclusion, the Women's Reservation Bill is a critical piece of legislation that seeks to address gender disparities in Indian politics. While it holds immense promise for promoting gender equality, empowerment and social development, so its implementation faces significant challenges. Achieving census and overcoming political resistance will essential to make this bill a reality and to foster a more inclusive and equitable political system in India. Then coming to article number 3, Delhi air quality worsened to severe plus. So here are the key points from this article. So Delhi's air quality reached severe plus levels due to a combination of factors including the stubble burning in neighboring state, local pollution sources and unfavorable meteorological condition. Then point number 2, the Lieutenant Governor V.K. Saxena collected for an emergency meeting with Delhi Chief Minister and Environment Minister to address the deteriorating the air quality. He urged people to stay indoors, avoid unnecessary travel and use public transport while appealing to neighboring state, particularly Punjab, to take measures to curb stubble burning, which was significant contributor to the political crisis. Then discuss the background of this article from the UPSC exam point of view. So subject GS3 environment. So we mainly focus on AQI, CAQM, GA, GRAP stages, stubble burning and pollution and health impacts. Then first one, AIQ, that is air quality index. So air quality index is a numerical scale used to communicate the level of air pollution in a specific location. Then point number 2, it considers multiple air pollutants including PM 2.5, PM 10, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, carbon monoxide and ozone to provide a overall air quality assessment. Then point number 2, air quality index values ranges from 0 to 500 with higher values indicating worse air quality. Then point number 4, different air quality index categories represent various levels of health concerns such as good, moderate, unhealthy for sensitive groups, and unhealthy and very unhealthy and hazardous. Then point number 2, Commission for Air Quality Management. So Commission for Air Quality Management is a government body responsible for overseeing air quality management in India. So it plays a crucial role in formulating and implementation of measures to combat air pollution in regions facing severe air quality issues. Then point number 3, graded response action plan, that is stages. So graded response action plan is a comprehensive plan for tackling air pollution in Delhi and National Capital Region during the winter season. So it consists of 4 stages. Stage 1, poor. So air quality index ranges 201 to 300. Then stage 2, very poor. Air quality index ranges from 301 to 400. Then stage 3, severe. Air quality index ranges from 401 to 450. Then finally stage 4, severe plus, that is air quality index over 450. So each stage triggered specific measures and restrictions to address worsening air quality with stricter actions taken at the higher stages. Then coming to the 4th point, stubble burning and pollution. Stubble burning is a practice of burning crop residues in agriculture field, primarily in North India. Then 2nd point, stubble burning release pollutants like particulate matter, that is PM 2.5 and PM 10. So carbon monoxide and volatile organic compounds into the air. So these pollutants contribute significantly to air pollution in the region, especially during the post-harvest season. Then coming to point number 5, health impacts on air pollution. So the poor air quality characterized by high levels of pollutants can lead to various health problems. So the health impact including respiratory issues, that is cough, wheezing, bronchitis, asthma. So cardiovascular problems decrease lung function and an increased risk of lung cancer. Then vulnerable groups such as children, the elderly, and individuals with a pre-existing health conditions are more susceptible to the adverse effect of the air pollution. Then finally, so the long-term exposure to polluted air can lead to a chronic health condition and reduce life expectancy. Then coming to sixth point, importance of the addressing air pollution. So tackling air pollution is crucial for public health and well-being. So measures like reducing stubble burning, controlling industrial emissions, and promoting cleaner transportation can significantly improve air quality. Then point number 3, so the government initiatives like GRAP and CAQM aims to combat air pollution and protect the health of the population. Then coming to article number 3, we witnessed the most disruptive force in history. So AI to replace all jobs, Elon Musk tells to PM Sunak. So point number, here are the key points from this article. So Elon Musk warning on AI. Elon Musk, the founder of the SpaceX and Tesla, issued a warning about the potential impact of artificial intelligence during a conversation with the UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak. So Musk expressed the belief that AI is the most disruptive force in the history and predicted a future where AI technology may replace all jobs. Then point number 2, AI Safety Summit in Bletchley Park. So the discussion between Elon Musk and UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak took place at the conclusion of two-day summit on AI safety organized by the British government at the Bletchley Park. So the summit likely focused on the safety, ethics, and implications of AI technology as it continues to advance and potentially reshape various industries and job market. So then coming to this article background from UPSC exam point of view, subject GS3 technology, focusing on mainly focusing on AI, artificial intelligence benefits, issues, and need for regulation. Then begin with benefits of artificial intelligence. Point number 1, efficiency improvement. AI can automate tasks, lead to increase efficiency and reduce human labor. Then point number 2, data analysis. AI can process and analyze large data sets quickly and aiding decision making. Then point number 3, personalization. AI enables tailored experiences such as content recommendation and product suggestion. Then point number 4, cost reduction. Businesses can save cost through AI driven processes and predictive maintenance. Then finally, fifth one, safety. AI used to autonomous vehicles, drones, and industrial settings to enhance safety. Then coming to issues with AI. First one, job displacement. Automation can lead to job loss and workforce disruption. Then second one, bias and fairness. AI algorithms may perpetuate bias and discrimination. Then third one, privacy concerns. AI collects and analyzes personal data, raising privacy issues. Then fourth one, ethical dilemmas. AI decisions in healthcare, criminal justice, and warfare raises ethical questions. So fifth one, lack of accountability. AI system can be difficult to hold accountable for errors. Then coming to the need for regulation. First one, bias mitigation. Regulation can enforce fairness and transparency in AI system to reduce bias. Then second one, data privacy. Regulations like GDPR aim to protect personal data and used by the AI. Then third one, accountability. Rules ensure accountability for AI driven decisions. Then fourth one, safety standards. So regulations can set safety standards in automation vehicles and healthcare. Then fifth one, ethical framework. A regulatory framework can address ethical concerns in applications. Then finally coming to conclusion, so regulations can help away harshness AI potential while mitigating its negative impacts and ensure responsible development and deployment. Then coming to article number 4, India will work with Sri Lanka on its debt treatment, says Nirmala. So here are the key points from this article. First one, India's commitment to collaborate on Sri Lanka's debt treatment. So India's Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has affirmed that India will continue to work with Sri Lanka on addressing its debt issues as the country strives to recover from severe economic crisis experienced in the previous year. Then collaboration with major creditors including China, India and Japan is crucial for Sri Lanka to devise a debt treatment plan acceptable to all parties. So a key step in unlocking the second tranche of the International Monetary Funds and Extended Fund Facility. Then the second point, cooperation discussion and memorandum of understanding exchange. So during this talk, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman and Sri Lankan President Ranil Wickremesinghe discussed various areas of cooperation, including their inter-grid connectivity, aviation, power projects, and oil exploration in Mannar. So additionally, both nations exchanged a memorandum of understanding related to a $15 million assistance package aimed at promoting Buddhist ties between India and Sri Lanka, highlighting their bilateral partnership and their shared interest. Then coming to the background of this article from UPSC exam point of view, subject GS2 India and its neighborhood relation. Then here mainly focus on India-Sri Lanka relationship and economic and technology cooperation agreement. So India-Sri Lanka relationships. So point number 1, historical ties. India and Sri Lanka share a deep-rooted historical, cultural and economic ties dating back centuries. Then point number 2, geological importance. The proximity of Sri Lanka to India makes it strategically significant for regional stability and security. Then third one, trade and investment. So bilateral trade and investment have grown, with India being one of the Sri Lanka's top trading partner and foreign investor. Then fourth one, cultural and people-to-people ties. The people-to-people connection, including shared languages and religious traditions, foster strong cultural bonds. Then coming to the economic and technology cooperation agreement. Objective 1. So first one, objective. The economic and technology cooperation agreement is a proposed bilateral trade and economic cooperation agreement between India and Sri Lanka. Then point number 2, enhancing trade. Economic and technology cooperation agreement aims to boost bilateral trade by reducing barriers and facilitating the flow of goods, service and investment. Then third one, economic benefits. So the agreement seeks to generate economic benefits for both nations by increasing market access, promoting joint ventures and collaboration in various sectors. Then fourth one, technology transfer. So ETCA emphasizes technology exchange and knowledge sharing to promote innovation and economic growth. And fifth one, challenges. So negotiations on the economic and technology cooperation agreement have faced challenges related to concerns over potential imbalances, safeguarding domestic industries and addressing issues related to the services and investment. Then sixth one, potential sectors. The agreement covers various sectors including trade in goods, trade in services, investment and intellectual property rights. Then coming to article number 5, PM discusses West Asian situation with United Arab Emirates President. So here are the key points from this article. First one, the Prime Minister Narendra Modi held discussions with the UAE President Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan regarding the West Asian situation amid the Israel-Hamas war. Then point number 2, the India's decision to abstain on a Jordanian resolution at the United Nations seeking a ceasefire supported by the United Arab Emirates. So what was part of the backdrop for the discussion. So the violence in this region, which started on the October 7th and resulted in thousands of civilian casualties, was also a point of concern. So the UAE has condemned Israel ground offensive in Gaza. Then coming to this article's background from UPSC exam point of view, subject GS2 bilateral, regional and global groupings and agreements involving in India and are affecting India's interest. So here we mainly focus on India-UAE relationship. So point number 1, historical ties. India and United Arab Emirates share deep-rooted historical and cultural ties with a specific Indian expatriate population in the UAE. Then second one, economic partnership. Economic cooperation is a cornerstone of the relationship. So the UAE is one of the India's top trading partner and both countries engage in the substantial trade and investment activities. Then third one, expatriate community. The UAE hosts one of the largest Indian expatriate communities, contributing significantly to the country's economic and cultural diversity. Then fourth one, strategic cooperation. India and the UAE have strengthened their strategic ties, collaborating on various fronts, including security, defense and counter-terrorism efforts. Then fifth one, energy security. The United Arab Emirates is a crucial partner in the India's quest for energy security, supplying a substantial portion of its oil and natural gas needs. Then sixth one, cultural exchange. Cultural ties are promoted through various initiatives fostering mutual understanding and appreciation of each other's trading and heritage. Then seventh one, diaspora engagement. Both nations actively engage their diaspora communities to strengthen people-to-people connection and promote economic and cultural exchanges. Then eighth one, regional stability. So India and the UAE work together to promote peace and stability in the region, including addressing issues related to the West Asian situation. Then coming to article number 6, 7 years on, India set to open a new consulate in Seattle. Here are the key points from this article. So first one, opening of India's consulate in Seattle. So after a 7 years delay since the initial announcement, the Indian government is set to open a new consulate in Seattle, a city known for hosting numerous major technology companies. So then this marks the sixth Indian consulate in the United States and is a significant step in enhancing India's diplomatic presence in the country. Then second point, appointment of Joint Secretary Prakash Gupta. The Ministry of External Affairs has appointed the Joint Secretary Prakash Gupta as the Consul General for the new Indian consulate in Seattle. So Prakash Gupta, who has a background in multilateral coordination on United Nations issues, brings his diplomatic experience to this role, having previously served at India's permanent mission at the UN. Then coming to the background of this article from UPSC exam point of view, subject GS2 bilateral, regional, global groupings and agreements involving India and are affecting India's interest. So here we mainly focus on India-US relationship. So first one, strategic partnership. India and the United States share a robust strategic partnership characterized by mutual interest in regional security, economic cooperation, and shared democratic values. Then point number 2, economic ties. So bilateral trade and investment have grown significantly over the years, with both countries being key trading partners. So the US is one of the India's largest trading partner. Then third one, defense cooperation. So the defense collaboration is a critical aspect of the relation, with India purchasing military equipment and technology from US, both countries engaging in joint military exercises and defense consulate. Then fourth one, counter-terrorism. India and the US cooperate closely on counter-terrorism efforts, intelligence and sharing, and the fight against extremist threats. Then fifth one, people-to-people ties. A significant Indian diaspora in the US strengthens cultural and people-to-people connection, contributing to a deeper understanding of each other's culture. Then sixth one, global and regional issues. Both nations collaborate on the global issues such as climate change, healthcare and space exploration. They also work together on regional challenges in South Asia and the Indo-Pacific region. Then seventh one, strategic partners in the Indo-Pacific. India and the US are viewed as strategic partners in the Indo-Pacific region, aiming to maintain regional stability, security and freedom of navigation. Then eighth one, high-level engagement. Regular high-level summits and exchanges between leaders of the both countries, underlying the significance of the bilateral relationship. Then for ninth one, education and innovation. Collaborations in education and innovation, including research and development partnership, promoting technology and knowledge sharing. Then 10th one, challenges and differences. Despite a strong partnership, differences on trade issues, intellectual property and market access have at times posed challenges in the relationship. Then 11th one, shared democratic values. The foundation of the relationship is based on the shared democratic values, respect for human rights and commitment to rule-based international order. Then 12th one, nuclear cooperation. The India-US Civil Nuclear Agreement is a milestone in nuclear cooperation, allowing India access to civilian nuclear technology and fuel. Then 13th one, COVID-19 response. Both countries have cooperated during COVID-19 pandemic, with India supplying pharmaceuticals, vaccines and medical equipment to the US, exemplifying bilateral cooperation during crisis. Then 14th one, Quad Initiative. India is a key member of the Quadrilateral Security Dialogue, along with the US, Japan, Australia, aimed at promoting regional stability and economic development in the Indo-Pacific region. Then coming to article number 7, SC verdict compels same-sex couples to lead dishonest lives. So here are the key points from this article. Challenges of the Supreme point number 1. Challenges of Supreme Court verdict on same-sex marriage. So a review petition has been filed in response to the Supreme Court majority judgment refusing to legal same-sex marriage in India. So the petition argues that the verdict forces same-sex couples to hide their identities and lead dishonest lives, denying them the opportunity to openly enjoying the benefits of genuine family life. Then second point number 2, legal reviews short. So the review petition aimed to challenge the reconsideration of the Supreme Court decision on the same-sex marriage, highlighting the impact it has on the lives and rights of the same-sex couples in India. So then coming to the article number 8, lawyers should not seek adjournment unless necessary, CJI. So here are the key points from this article. So the Chief Justice directives on the adjournment. So Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud expressed concerns over the excessive use of adjournment by lawyers in the Supreme Court. He emphasized that lawyers should only seek adjournment when absolutely necessary and stated that the court should not operate as a tarak, that is date after date in the court. So point number 2, high number of adjournment requests. So between September 1 and November 3, the Supreme Court received a significant number of 3,688 requests for adjournment from the lawyers, particularly allowing urgent requests for early hearings. So here then coming to the background of this article from the UPSC exam point of view. Subject GS to judiciary. Here mainly focus on pending cases and solutions to resolve the same. So issues of pending cases. So first one, high backlog. India judiciary is burdened with a vast number of pending cases leading to delays in the dispensation of justice. Then point number 2, overburdened courts. The overburdened judicial system faces challenges in the case management, infrastructure and resources. Then point number 3, access to justice. So prolonged court process limit access to justice for individuals and can lead to frustration and loss of faith in the legal system. So fourth one, arrears in lower courts. So the majority of the pending cases are in lower courts, which often lack the resources to expedite proceedings. Then fifth one, complex legal procedure. So lengthy legal procedure, frequent adjournment and technicalities contribute to the backlog. Then sixth one, administrative issues. Administrative inefficiencies, inadequate staffing and outdated record keeping systems are factors in the backlog. Then coming to the solutions to the resolve pending cases. First one, court automation. Implementing the technology and e-courts for case management, document filling and virtual hearing and can streaming proceedings. Then the second one, strengthening infrastructure. Building more courtrooms, appointing additional judges and providing adequate resources can help clear the backlog. Then third one, alternative dispute resolution. Promoting alternative dispute resolution methods like mediation and arbitration can divert cases away from the traditional court system. Then fourth one, case management. Implementing strict case management practices to reduce unnecessary delays, adjournment and procedural issues. Then fifth one, specialized courts. Creating specialized courts for specific types of cases can enhance efficiency and expertise. Then sixth one, fast track courts. Establishing fast track courts to handle specific categories of cases such as those involving heinous crimes or serious senior citizens. Then seventh one, legal aid and awareness. Promoting legal awareness and providing legal aid can help citizens to navigate the legal system effectively. Then eighth one, reducing frivolous litigation. Implementing measures to discourage frivolous or vexatious litigation can free up court resources. Then ninth one, judicial reforms. So periodic reviews and reforms in judicial process, rules and procedures can help modernize the legal system. 10th one, time bound disposition. Settling timelines for case disposition and other ends to deadline can expedite justice delivery. Then 11th one, clearing arrears in lower courts. Clearing backlog in lower courts through recruitment and adequate infrastructure support. Then 12th one, public-private partnership. So collaborate with the private sector and legal services firms to manage and expedite cases. Then finally, 13th one, stakeholder collaboration. Engaging all stakeholders, including the bar, bench, and government, in a collective efforts to address the issues. So that's a wrap for today's the Hindi news analysis. I hope you found this video informative and thought provoking. If you did, please give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel for more daily news updates. So don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss out the latest news analysis. So stay informed, stay engaged, and stay curious. Until then, I am Ramanjnelu signing off. Jai Hind.